All right, welcome, welcome. I think my mic is working this time right off the bat, so that is good. Raymond, how we doing, bud? Uh, hey, did you get? Shoot, I think I sent you something like 2 weeks ago. I think. Anyways, did you get it? Hope you're doing good, man. Hope your week's going good. So got a couple announcements going on tonight. Let's mute that a little bit. Mic's working. I just checked it. So, let's see. All right, cool. So, I dropped a new video last week for the Halo Magnum. If you guys saw that, essentially I used a file from Booligan. I used all Swamp Fox parts, the Wolverine slide. Actually, I used a Zafiri Precision barrel on the inside, 9x19 upper parts kits, OEM lower parts kit. Can't wait to fire it. It's amazing. It looks great. Um, cool. Mike is good. Cool. Awesome. You got your rails. Perfect. 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 Okay. So let's see. So first and foremost, I know you guys probably already know, but if you don't, and you want that CL frame with some awesome rails, head on over to Rook. They got them in the FDE color, which is that brownish color, or they have them in ODG. The greenish color. It comes with their rails. It comes with their pin kit and everything, so it's a really good deal. The CLs, I think this might be the last of the CLs. So if you need a CL frame, if you just want one to have one, go pick one up. Maybe go pick two up. All right, cool. So we got that. There's also a new section, kind of new section. It's like a subsection over on the 2A forum. So been working a little bit with Shooter Lube behind the scenes and was able to get us a discount code. So if you guys do need any cleaning supplies, they have a lot of good stuff over there. They are my preferred brand of cleaning stuff. It works, it cleans my guns, and there is no smell whatsoever. So I love it. Used to be a hops guy, hoppies, however you pronounce it, but that smell just kind of got over everything and never went away for like a week. I smelled like that stuff. So um, yeah, Shooter Lube, go check them out. So there's links. So there's a special VIP discount for VIP members that is listed in the VIP section. I made a special like little forum just particularly for discount codes for both regular members and VIP members. So VIP, go over there, check that out if you need to get any cleaning stuff, mats, cloths, whatever. Also, they are giving us a special discount for normal members. So if you're just a normal member, thank you. And they'll give you a 5% off code for whatever's on their website, whatever your purchase is. So again, that's these guys right here, Shooter Lube. Probably have a couple more things with them in the future. Let's see if we can get this thing to stop scrolling. There we go. So Shooter Lube, go check them out. And what else is going on? What else is going on? Yeah, let me know what other vendors you guys want to see discounts for. So I am working with a couple other vendors. It's just kind of getting back and forth with them on kind of the code and what they can do for us. So welcome, by the way, to the first 3D Thursday. Thank you, thank you. Um, yep, yep. Anytime. Again, I'm trying to work some other things out in the background. Just kind of help us all out. So. Have you used Shooter Lube at all, Raymond? I know I gave away a set. Shoot, it was shoot. Probably had to be about a month ago or so, maybe a little more than a month. I did give away a set of both the cleaner and the actual gun oil itself um, to a lucky winner. So yeah, we will be doing that again coming up, and then we'll probably also be giving away some custom gun cleaning mats as well. That might be coming up as well. So um, yeah. Other than that, man, I feel like I'm forgetting to mention something. Yeah. So we got the also. I don't know if you saw last week or not, Raymond, but we do have that shop up also for like it's similar, I guess, kind of to the tool crib was, or like what parts, like what tools I use, and vendors kind of that I've had very good success with. So you can check that out. And then we're still waiting for some of those like auctions or raffles to kind of get some more people in and close. So those are still open. I still have all those parts. Just waiting to spin the wheel. So if you guys want to check out some cool stuff, hey, do you guys think that we should pick up a CL frame, a Rook CL kit? Oh, by the way, should have done this while we were talking about Rook. So they're over there. Like I said, FDE and OD Green. They got them in there, and kind of it comes with all of this stuff. They won't ship to a couple places, so you know, just be aware if you live there. I feel sorry for you, but you got to do what you got to do. Oh, nice frog lube. Okay, okay. Man, I don't know. I might have used frog lube on my very first factory Glock. I think I used frog lube, and I liked it. I definitely liked it. So cool, right on. If you do want to try the cleaner or the gun oil, Shooter Lube's the way to go. If you ever want to kind of venture out. Rook, do you guys think that, or would you guys like a CL package in the available for like the wheels, the wheel spins? So over at our raffle section, we have all those parts like the slides and the parts kits and that type of stuff. Do you guys want to see a CL over there? Is that something you guys would kind of you know, throw some money at? Sprink, how we doing? Good evening. Thank you for coming to the first 3D Thursday. I'm still working on kind of designing a like a P80 slash Glock kind of table mount. So once I get that finalized and printed and it's looking good, I'll take a picture and we will raffle that off for free. That'll be one of our spins. Trying to plan also something for the 4th of July, whatever week that is. Trying to get some special things in for that and maybe have a special couple wheel spins for that. So I guess without further ado, there have been a lot of questions on like, for example, over PGB, cool, the Anchor Make. So that's over on Kickstarter. It's a very successful printer over there, 3D printer. It's pretty good. I'd say it's kind of right up there in the ranks of the Creality, the S1 Pro, also the Prusa. So it's a good like entry-level / mid-entry-level printer. And I'm going to kind of take a little bit of a deeper dive and kind of compare all of that. So let's kind of take a look and see what the Anchor Make is, and then we'll kind of dive in a little bit deeper this episode and take a look at kind of some of those settings and kind of compare everything, and hopefully help someone choose, hey, you know what, for my first printer, I think these are the things that mean the most to me, and this is kind of where I want to go and what I want to get or what I want to do. So if you do have any questions kind of about anything, I'm going to be keeping an eye on the chat, so feel free to kind of just chime in with any questions. But here's what the Anchor Make is and kind of what it's going for, and then we're going to kind of jump into that route.
You ready, son?
All right, so let's take a look at the actual Kickstarter pledge page to see kind of a little more details about the Anchor Make. So if we go on over to Kickstarter, this is their page. This is kind of what it looks like here. We can see they've already raised $1.6 million from a $50,000 goal. 1,100 people are backing this thing. It ends here in just about a day and a half, almost 2 days. So if you want to get in on this, come on over and make your pledge. I wouldn't. I mean, personally, I would kind of hold off though if you're new. So let's kind of keep looking down. Let's see what makes this thing so good. All right, so kind of at a glance, we see they're trying to advertise, hey, look, it prints 5 times faster, 1 millimeter or 0.1 millimeter detail, which, I think any newer printer should be able to print pretty good detail like that. Built-in AI camera monitoring, that's an easy add-on for either the Prusa or the Ender S1, which I think this is trying to compete. This printer here, I think, is trying to find a middle ground between the Ender S1 Pro and the Prusa MK3 S Plus. And so yeah, trying to fit right on in there with them. Auto created time lapses. Again, that can be added on to the other two fairly easily. Hub connects multiple devices. Not really sure what that does. 7x7 auto bed leveling. I'm pretty sure Crealities can do that. I know the Prusas do that. That's actually how I level my bed, is by the 7x7. Easy 3-step assembly. See, so that's a good marketing tool for them. I think the Ender 3 S1 Pro also is super easy to assemble. I think gone are the days where you have to do every single screw or piece like the Prusas. The Prusa was a lot of work to put together, but it was worth it. I would put it together again in a heartbeat and take that, a day or 2 days to build it. Now that I've already built one, it'll probably only take me half a day. But being someone's first printer is the eyes I want to kind of look through these specs for. So if you're in the market to get a printer, let's kind of keep looking at this stuff. The build volume is pretty good. Again, I think that's very similar to the Creality. That is bigger than the Prusa build volume, I believe, just a little bit. But Prusas can still print most everything out there. So again, that's not really a deal breaker for me, and it wouldn't be. Let's say I wouldn't trade the ease of use of the printer or the reliability of the printer just to get a little bit bigger of a build volume. I'd rather know that when I turn my printer on and send a file to it, it's going to work and it's going to print something good every single time, very minimal maintenance, than have 10 millimeters extra of build volume. So let's kind of keep going down. Make color real. So it looks like it has this cool storage thing. It can hold up to 6 rolls of filament. It looks like it can also automatically change the color, which Prusas can do. They have the MMU2 upgrade that you can add onto it, so it does the same thing. The Prusas do 5 different colors, I think, but honestly, I've never. Oh, okay, I take it back. I've done 2. I've done a filament change partway through a print, but even then, I don't think that this is worth the upgrade. I don't have the Prusa MMU2. For my Prusa, I don't know. I think it's kind of a gimmick a little bit, at least at this point in the game. And being new, I wouldn't really worry about this. What I'm interested to see is that there's no purge tower. So I'm curious to see how they get the accurate color without color bleed through when it's printing. So no purge tower is pretty cool. Real-time monitoring, again, you can do that with a Creality or a Prusa. Safe filament storage, that has really nothing to do with the printer. That's just kind of an add-on accessory. And for the $69 pledge, that doesn't even come with this safe filament storage. The safe filament storage is an extra add-on. I think it's like an extra $200. We'll see down here. So it looks like they've unlocked a couple stretch goals on here, so they'll send you out an extra PEI magnetic plate, so an extra build plate. So that's always good to have, especially if it's your first time printing. While you're leveling, there's a decent chance that you can scratch your bed with your nozzle. So those are always good to have an extra one on hand. It looks like it will also now come with a all metal hot end kit, so those are great. That'll help you start printing those more exotic filaments, is what I guess you could call them, but that'll print like your carbon fiber or your polycarbonate or any type of harder materials that take higher temps. So, and stock, I believe the Prusas can do that stock with their hot end that they have, and the Creality S1 Pros can also do that out of the box stock. And again, I don't know, Crealities and Prusas, the support system for those printers is huge. I don't know that I would just get a printer off of Kickstarter. I'm sure AnchorMake is a good company. I'm sure they've been around. That's why they have such a high pledge here. But again, I think as far as well known in the community, it's either Prusa or Creality. And honestly, that's what it comes down to for a lot of people, is Prusa or Creality. If you do your research, if you watch YouTube, those are kind of the two most talked about printers, or printers that you see people using. And like, so for example, Control Pew, if you look at his manual, he recommends the Creality stuff. A lot of people use the Creality stuff. Print Shoot Repeat, I'm pretty sure he's got a couple printers now, uses the Creality. Smoky Shoot Shoot uses the Creality. He's also now got a couple printers going. You know, he's tested out a couple things. And I've tested out the Ender 3 V2 by Creality, and also now the Prusa, and I'm rocking Prusa all day, every day. So let's keep on going down, seeing these things here. So looks like it can print pretty fast, so that's cool. Honestly, you can make your Ender 3 print just as fast, and you can make your Prusa print just as fast. So they're trying to say that, hey, over here, the slow one is the other printers typically, and the one on the left is the AnchorMake. But when you are printing what we're printing, to me, speed necessarily isn't the issue. I can wait a day for something to print. I can wait a half a day or a day and a half. It doesn't matter to me. I want quality. So, you know, we preach first time quality. So and even 50 millimeters a second is kind of pushing it for me. I even don't go above 40 millimeters a second. And if you look at some of the README stuff for like Hoffman Tacticals AR lowers, or the settings that he uses, he changes all his stuff to nothing prints above 40 millimeters a second. And it's not that your printers can't handle it. It just is a better quality the slower speed that you go. So for what we would be using it for, to me, speed isn't necessarily by itself a huge selling point. So come on, keep on going down. Reduce print time. That's because it's faster. Again, it doesn't matter. Print time doesn't matter. So power boost, I'm kind of curious to see. It looks like it's one stepper motor that just has like a straight through axle, which is, yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. And it says that kind of helps them accelerate the speed a little bit. Again, speed isn't an issue for me, and for first-time printers, speed really shouldn't be your first concern either. So that doesn't really matter in my opinion. Printing quality, so it's saying that it's got really good detail to what is it, 1/10 of a millimeter. Again, you can make your other printers have that as well. You can change out the hot ends, or you can put on different nozzles. I'm curious what nozzle they're printing with that. But you can adjust that. That's a slicer setting. And once you fine tune your slicer, you can get that from the Creality printer or the Prusa. So again, not anything that I'm rushing out to go drop my, what is it, $629 on. $629, so that's more than the Creality S1, which I would buy before I buy this, and that is like $150 ish, I don't know, almost $200 less than the Prusa kit, which I would spend the extra money to get the Prusa kit. So yeah, again, they're kind of comparing the speed down here. They're saying, I think it's the speed or total score. They're comparing a couple printers here, whatever. New Ultra Direct Extruder. So multi-stage gear ratio. So again, the Crealities also have direct drive extruders and all metal hot ends. So a larger heating block, more air input volume. So you can print different fan shrouds that you put on for better cooling. So again, nothing here that's like, hey, let me go drop $629 on, yeah, double cooling. So get the Bofang, print out the Bofang. I think that's how you pronounce it, but print out the Bofang fan shroud, and you know, that's essentially what that is. So die-cast aluminum alloy. So I did like, when I did see a couple reviews, it is a very solid printer, and it looks like it goes together very easy. So from a first-time printer standpoint, I would really like that. That would be a pretty darn big selling point for me, actually. after putting together the Crealities and putting together the Prusas. Starting out with this, if it literally took me 20 minutes just to pop something on top of a stand, connect a couple wires that have clips already installed, and I'm off to the races. To me, the convenience factor is what I would spend that money on, and that's a big plus in my book. However, when you do that, you're not now learning everything about your printer. So when you need to change out your hot end or a nozzle, you didn't put it together. So now you're going to have to go learn how to take it apart and reverse engineer it. Versus with the Crealities or at least with the Ender V2s, I'm not sure how the S1s come. But Prusa, like every nut and bolt and screw I put together myself. So I know how to take it apart. I know exactly every inch of that printer I now have learned, and I know because I put it together. But if that's not your cup of tea, this might be your cup of tea. Again, I would still probably go Creality, or at least I would hang back and wait a little bit until you decided if you got the time. But if you want one now, I still would probably go S1. So again, this is just saying like the computer board or the computer chip to run it. That's fine. Again, Creality and Prusa have great operating systems here. The integrated intelligent camera, so it's saying that you can real-time monitor it. You can do time lapses, and it's 1080p at 30 frames per second. So that's cool. I like that it's automatically like right there and already installed. You didn't have to print any camera housings or fittings to mount a camera. You don't need to go buy a special camera like a webcam or mount a GoPro. Again, not necessarily a hot selling point for me because I run Octoprint. You can run Octoprint, download the plugin Octolapse. Even if you don't do Octolapse, which I would recommend doing, Octoprint has a time-lapse feature. Download the plugin Octolapse though. Boom, you have real-time monitoring. I have the Octoprint app on my phone, so I can literally watch my print wherever I'm at in real time. It does create a time lapse. I can actually program it because you can customize Octoprint to how you want. So you can program, if you have a 4K camera, or if your camera can do 4K, you can have it record your time lapse in 4K. So having this there, for beginners, it might be okay. Again, you can add a camera to the Creality or to the Prusa very easily. There's tons of YouTube videos out there that show you how to do it. AI recognition system, so like how they're showing here, Air Detect. Again, if you're running Octoprint, download the Spaghetti Detective is what the plugin is called. This says it's Spaghetti Messes, so I bet you they use some kind of backend or they recreated the Spaghetti Detective, but it is the exact same thing for free. So this isn't really a big selling feature for me either, because if you're gonna run Octoprint at all, free plugin right there. So this just seems more, it's seeming more as we're kind of getting through this, that it's just a convenient, they've kind of bundled everything into one, so you don't have to find everything, you don't have to put anything together. So you're really paying for the convenience and not knowing the reliability is what you're getting out of this. 24/7, cool, yeah, that's fine. Share time lapses directly, that's kind of cool. But if you know how to upload videos to YouTube, or you have a YouTube account, or you know how to upload videos to whatever platform you're sharing, you can easily do that with Octoprint. I think it creates an MP4 or something like that, so you just upload that video into whatever, the time lapse, to whatever platform you want to watch, and it's there. Yeah, remote monitoring, again, you can do that. 7x7 auto leveling, this isn't the only printer that does it. So that's saying there's, what, 49 points on there? Is that what 7x7 is? That's what I run on my Prusa. So 7x7 means nothing to me, nothing special from here. Let's see. An LED indicator light. Yeah, that's kind of cool. You could make that, I guess, if you wanted to with the other ones, but you're not always sitting at your printer watching it print. It's fun to do. With the app, with the Octoprint app, I can just watch it from my phone, so I don't have to be, for example, my printer's in my garage. In the summertime, I don't have to sit out in my garage in the heat to watch it print. I'm gonna go sit on the couch in the AC and watch it on my phone. The phone will alert me when it's done, or let me know if anything is kind of happening to it. The scratch-proof plates, you can get different build plates for any of your printers. So again, this isn't necessarily a huge selling feature. It's cool that it comes with it. The touchscreen is pretty cool. So the Prusas don't have the touchscreen. The Prusas actually are have a very old. It's like an 8-bit board, super old school. I think it's 8-bit is what you'd call it. Uh, but super old school display. To me, I don't need a whole lot of features on my display. If I wanted to, I could, because I'm running Octoprint, I could do, what is it called, like Octa Show, or there's an app that you can put a touch screen on it if you wanted to. Um, you know, I don't really use I'm not at my printer a whole lot. I have everything like condensed down into Octoprint where I can control it from wherever I'm at, from whatever computer I want. I don't have to transfer. You'll see a lot of people saying, "Oh, put your STL file onto an SD card, walk over to the printer, plug it in, select your file, and go through the menu and do this." Like, I don't do that. I literally slice it from my slicer. I hit one button and it sends it right to my printer. And the print begins right then and there. I don't have to go out or do anything. So kind of scrolling down here, print volume, we already kind of touched on that. That's very similar to the Ender and to Prusa. Picks up prints after outages. Yeah, the Prusa does that. I'm sure Creality has something that does that now. I don't know, but I know Prusa does that. And assemble in 3 steps. So again, this is where, being a first-time printer, hey, this is kind of a plus for me. Literally 3 pieces or 4 pieces, so it's super easy. It walks you through it right there, and tells you what kind of comes in the box, tells you some specifications about it, kind of everything. It just lists in text what we kind of already went over. They started out, if you got in early, $429. I might pay $429 for this printer. I sure and heck is not going to pay $759 for it. I'm definitely not even going to pay $629 for it. So they started out at $429. That's when I would have bought this printer. At this point in the game, I would not spend that money on this printer. I would go on over and get yourself the Creality Pro, or the S1 Pro, or the Prusa. Let's quickly just take a look over there and see what they have. So if we hop on over to Creality site really quick. So this is their the Ender 3 S1 Pro. Again, it has everything, if not more, I think, than the Anchor Make. This is probably a great entry-level printer for first-time printers. So it already comes with a 300-degree Celsius hot end, all metal hot end there. It can get up to 300 degrees. So that's where you can now print all of those cool materials, ABS, PETG, TPU. You can print polycarbonates, anything you want. This thing will be able to print for you. So this will give you a little bit of room to grow with your printer as well, especially if you're new. And you won't have to update it or upgrade it. For example, I had a bad experience. I upgraded my Ender 3 V2 over to a Micro Swiss all metal hot end with the Micro Swiss direct drive kit. Hated it, never got it to work. I couldn't fine tune it for the life of me. I don't know what I was doing wrong. So I ended up just taking it off and giving it away, essentially. So I like that, when printers come with certain parts, I think that they're already tested, tried, and true, and they're meant to work together with the other parts of that printer. It looks like, and so Creality also, I think, has a lot of their own manufactured parts. So they're all Creality branded stuff. Like, for example, their direct drive Sprite extruder. I think that's a Creality brand. I'm not sure if Sprite is its own brand, but it is. I think it's a Creality its own brand. Again, to the left of the Sprite, you see that cylinder. That is the CR Touch. So that's the Creality version of the BL Touch, which is their auto bed leveler. It's really good. So with that bed leveling, really quick, that is slower than the Prusa. The Prusa uses the Super Pinda. We'll get over to that here in a second. But it is a little bit slower, so it's probably a minute slower, maybe, or 30 seconds for 7x7. So just kind of scrolling down here. Okay, so the S1 Pro does come with the touch screen, so that's cool. That's definitely a plus there. I do like that for them, especially at the price that they're selling it for. So it looks like it comes with lights, just like the Anchor Make came with lights. The CR Touch, so there's their bed leveler right there. It is showing the, 4x4 mesh. I'm sure you can update that to a 7x7 if you wanted to. That's just kind of all in the firmware on the back end side of it. Even at a 4x4, that's great. It still is very helpful. Seeing they come with the spring steel PEI magnetic build plate, just like the Anchormate, and just like the Prusas come with that as well. Quick and easy assembly. So again, just like the Anchormate. So the Anchormate is trying to copy Creality, I think, essentially, but it looks very, very similar. The assemblies, I'm sure, are the same. Again, a couple pieces that you just kind of click in, click together. Silent motherboard. It's got a filament sensor run out, so that's awesome, especially being new. And if you're not watching your print, you could run out of filament and you just wasted that print. This will let you know when you run out, and it'll pause the print for you so you can add new filament and then kind of continue on printing. You can swap out the hot end for a laser if you want to, it looks like. Cooling heat sink, effective heat dissipation. So it looks like they've got some pretty cool technology in this. Better experience with Wi-Fi box. So it comes with a Wi-Fi box. So that's essentially kind of like a Octo print, I guess. You can now control this printer, it seems like, over Wi-Fi from any of your computers or devices. So yeah, definitely a plus in my book. Does it say how much they're asking? Where's the price on this? Let's just see if it will say a price. $479. That is awesome. Pre-sale. Yeah, get for your first printer. This is the one that I would probably get for that price range. If you can spend $799, if that's in your budget, go Prusa. But this is a great entry-level printer. And so now let's just kind of pop over and let's take a look at the Prusa. Let's see if we can get that to come up. Cool, here's the Prusa. So this is the printer that I currently use. You can buy it for $7.99 where you assemble it, or you can pay an extra $200. They'll assemble it for you and just ship it to you, so it's just plug and play. So they give you that option. Again, I kind of wanted to learn it, so it's $749 for the kit to put it together yourself. There's a lot of awesome things. The parts that go into this printer are great. That's kind of why I bought this printer. So the Super Pinda probe, the Pinda is an awesome probe to assist you with your bed leveling. I love it. It's super fast, especially compared to like when I had the Creality. I used the BL Touch. That thing was kind of slow. The BL Touch made me like, oh man, should I be creating a mesh and leveling my bed every single time before a print? Because this, a couple minutes adds up. The Super Pinda, I run it every single print beforehand, and it just is lightning fast. Also the Misumi bearings for the what kind of linear? The linear bearings. These bearings are awesome. Top of the line bearings. That's kind of what Prusa does, is they took top of the line equipment, top of the line parts from every like facet that you need to create a 3D printer, and they put them together. So you'll see again, we already touched on the removable PEI printed bed sheets. So they come over here and they let you know, hey, look, we got high quality parts, which they actually do have. They have the Bondtech gears, E3D. This is huge. The E3D V6 hot end that it comes with. So that's an all metal hot end. It is a direct drive. And it comes with the E3D, the V6. I've actually swapped out my V6. Didn't have any problems with it. I'm saving it in case I have any problems with my new one down the road. But I stuck with E3D because they make the best hot ends out there, in my opinion. And I swapped it over to the V6 Revo, which is a quick change hot end nozzle. It's awesome. Highly recommend that. E3D is a fantastic company. I've already been in contact and worked with them for a little bit. So mesh bed leveling. So just like the other two printers, they have their own slicer as well. So it's Prusa slicer. Creality uses Cura, or it comes with Cura, I believe. Open source, wide range of materials, and again, just all kind of the jargon that kind of goes along with it. A deeper dive into settings. Oh yeah, it was an 8-bit board. That's what I was looking for. So it's kind of like, I guess you could say, it's like the Toyota of printers, in a sense that Toyota doesn't ever, like, it takes them a while before they upgrade or update their model vehicles. So like if you're getting a Tundra isn't going to necessarily have the same bells and whistles that a F-150 is going to have, or a Chevy. Toyota likes to kind of hang back and wait and see kind of what's going to work, what's going to sell, and all that type of stuff. So anyways, that's the Prusa there. That is my printer of choice, is the Prusa. It is just awesome. It is fantastic. Can't say enough good things about it. So that is kind of my deeper dive into 3 printers that are out on the market right now. Hopefully I answered some questions about the Anchor Make. I know I saw some of that on the forum a little earlier today. So let's hop on over and take a look at some other things. Just awesome. It is fantastic. All right. So, yeah, that's the Anchor Make, the Prusa, and the Creality. If again, if I had to rank them, it's a battle for the top between the Creality S1 and Prusa, and no question about the Anchor Make coming in last. So, yeah, man, these CLs, like, oh, that'd be so great if they dropped a couple more. But yeah, I would probably bet that they're gone. Also, hey, really quick for everyone that got here just a little later, I did want to let you guys know, if you guys wanted to, I got the forum a discount over at Shooter Lube. So VIPs, your discount code is in the VIP section, and then normal members, it's in the deal section over there. So if you want, just if you're a regular member and you want 5% off, you can go over there and log in, get the discount code, and that was for anything at Shooter Lube's website. So they are fantastic. Yeah, the CL, man, that's I was totally surprised. I got the email today. It was earlier this morning, and I've been kind of checking my phone. I even check their website. Sometimes I'm like, hey, I wonder if the website will load or show the frames in stock sooner than the emails go out, because I figured they were going to go fast. And so I've even been kind of on their website just checking. I'm like, oh man, do they have this one in stock? And I went through all the colors. So I'd go through like black, FDE, ODG, all the colors, and never found them until I got the email today. And I looked at my phone. I had to do a double take, and I was like, oh man, what time was this at? And so had to go from there. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Raymond. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. If you guys, have any questions about kind of those printers or any other printers too, I definitely don't mind looking into them a little more, taking a deeper dive. I did look at that Kickstarter, that campaign. I've been kind of eyeing it actually ever since they started it. I wasn't sure if they were going to meet their goal, and then they blew it out of the water, and I was like, maybe I should relook at this. Is there something here that I'm missing that everyone else is seeing? Yeah, anyways, I think for now, and even for the near future, like I would probably stay away from kind of newer, like newer releases or like newer companies or newer printers. I think Creality and Prusa kind of have the mark. I mean, they're top of the line for entry level, and even a little bit beyond that printers. So I think maybe next week we'll kind of touch a little bit on enclosures for the printers too. I've seen a lot of stuff about enclosures. I know Prusa did just announce they have a new Prusa enclosure for an insanely amount of money for an enclosure. It's stupid money. Wish I could afford it. I want one. So Prusa, hey, if you're watching, you want to send me one of your enclosures, I will definitely put it to good use. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm curious. Let me know, Pat, Michelle, let me know what they say. I've messaged them on both on PGB, and I've actually emailed them, and I haven't heard back. He reached out to me, wanted to talk about some things, and I haven't heard back from him. So I'm kind of just waiting in the wings, seeing if we could work something out. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, dude, those the enders are great. V2 was awesome. I think a lot of it was just it was my first printer, and I did too much too fast. They say do one upgrade at a time, print a couple things, make sure that that upgrade is working or that you like it, and then upgrade again. I might have made the mistake of, hey, I'm going to update my firmware to gyres, and then at the same time, I'm going to put dual access lead screws, and at the same time, I'm going to slap on my BL Touch and do a direct drive, micro Swiss direct drive with a micro Swiss hot end and a hardened nozzle. It was essentially like making a brand new printer. But even after I tried to like recalibrate everything multiple times, I just couldn't. you know, multiple filaments, everything. I couldn't get it to print how it printed stock. So I took everything I could off, went back to stock. It was cool for a while. And then that's when I said, you know what, let me try Prusa. And then, you know, the rest is history. But yes, I do stand by Creality. They are a fantastic product. I think you can't go wrong. Creality, Prusa. So I think that is going to wrap up the show tonight. We've been going for about 45-ish minutes, so pretty decent show. Yeah, next week we'll get into kind of enclosures. I'll keep an eye on the threads to see what questions kind of pop up. If I do see anything on any of the forums, I'll kind of try to make a video, touch base on it here. And yeah, Illinois is crazy. If you guys haven't seen that, Illinois is crazy, passing their ghost gun laws and stuff. So that's definitely something to kind of keep an eye on out there. And yeah, so also just an update on the drum magazine. So those, I got a notification those have been shipped. That shipped out last week sometime. So it's just got to make its way from, I think it's coming from China. So I'm assuming it'll be here in about 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully. And then I can print out one of those drums and kind of show you guys that and give you guys a review on putting that thing together. All right, what kind of extruder or hot end did you put on there? I'm curious because some people say they love their Micro Swiss, but for me, I couldn't get it off fast enough. Yeah, 6 p.m. How did you guys like this stream? Also, by the way, we're just gonna wrap it up here in a couple minutes. But how did you guys like this? Does Thursdays work out okay? And does the newer or earlier time also work out okay at 6? Because you know we're now pushing 7 o'clock, so that's 10 p.m. Eastern time. I figure if you guys are on the East Coast, hey, you still got a time to maybe get a little snack, watch a show, and go to bed before work tomorrow. And tomorrow's Friday, so I hope you guys have a great Friday. Have a fantastic weekend, and yeah, I'll see you guys. I think we're gonna keep it here, same time, same place next week. And again, I'm working on a couple frames in the background. Hey, if you guys have any themes that you guys want me to design on any of the frames, the 17s, the 19s, whatever frame you guys want, shoot me a message, tag me in a theme, let me know a theme, or post it in the comments of a theme, and I would love to kind of just take that theme and run with it and see if I can't make a cool design. I'm really kind of getting into Fusion 360 and being able to kind of work through designing frames and stuff. So yeah, other than that, thanks again, guys. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on the tripod next week.